Hello, Dominators! Most people think a domino match is won and lost in the endgame when the board gets crowded. The truth is, a match is often decided even before the second player touches a single tile.
In high-level competitive play, there's no such thing as a neutral opening tile. Turn 1 is a signal, an attack, and a defensive statement all at once. If you mismanage your opener, you're not just giving up a tile, you're handing your opponents full control of the room. Now if you're wondering who I am and why you should trust my math on domino strategy, my name is irrelevant. However, I've spent over 10 years playing professional poker. I sit around a 2000 rating in chess, which I play recreationally, and I also reached legend in Hearthstone. In short, I spend my life applying strict analytical discipline to game theory.
To me, Dominoes isn't just a casual backyard game. It's partner chess with hidden information. And today, we're treating it with that exact same mathematical rigor.
In this video, we're breaking down how to execute turn 1 flawlessly, from handling the forced double 6 to opening choice hands with maximum suit density. And stick around until the very end, because I'm going to reveal the number 1 mistake beginners make that instantly surrenders board control. Let's hit that table. Scenario number 1. The player to my left came out with the mandatory double 6 play. Now it's my turn. I have two options here, 6-5 and 6-1. The correct play is to play 6-1 because I have 3 other ones to back up that play. Another reason why 6-1 is the correct play is to communicate to my teammate early on during the first turn that I most likely have more of that suit to back it up so that he can continue to provide me with that suit in the future if he has it. For example, if I were to play 6-5 here, that would be the incorrect play because he would think that I would have more 5 to back it up since I chose to play the 5 instead of the 1.
Scenario number 2. The player to my right opened with the mandatory double 6. My teammate played 6-3 and the player to my left played 3-1. Now it's my turn and I have 6-5 and 4-1 available for me to play. Alright, so in dominoes, the first 2 positions where hay and rodent are, those are offensive positions. The positions where I am and the player to my left is, those are called defensive positions or support. As the support, I need to play for my teammate because if I give hay a pass, then my teammate is going to be on the lead. So I need to play for him so that he can win the match if that happens. If I prioritize myself over him, then what's going to happen is once the player to my right passes and then my teammate also passes, then the player on my left will be on the lead and he will be favored to win the game. So dominoes is a teammates game. We had to play for each other, but at the same time, I had to prioritize the player who is on the offensive so that he can win before I get there. All right. With that known, my 2 options here are 6-5 and 4-1. 6-5 here is the correct play. Why? I need to signal to my teammate that I don't have any more 6s by attacking the 6. If I were to play 4-1, then that means that sure, I will be denying their play because the player to my left played 3-1. However, I would not be communicating to my teammate that I don't have any more 6s. It's very important in the first play of the match to identify who has the 6s because everyone has a random chance of having the 6s or not having the 6s because first opening is mandatory. So, for example, the first player comes out with double 6. My teammate plays 6-3. That's forced. he has to play a 6 no matter what. Now, the player to my left, that is the first point of information where we actually know something about the hand. Because he didn't choose to kill the 6, that means that he most likely has at least 2 6s in his hand, if he's playing correctly. So that tells us that they will be having the 6s in their hand, the opponents, instead of us. So since I only have one of them, so my play here is to kill the 6, and then also my teammate will see that I didn't put 6-1 on the board, which means I also don't have the 6. If I were to play 4-1, then he will also see that I don't have 6-1 and that I likely don't have the 6s. So I need to communicate early to him that I don't have the 6s by killing the 6, and then he would know, okay, they're playing with that suit with the 6s, so we need to deny their 6s. Now, what happens on turns where you don't have to play double 6 and you get to choose what tile you play? All right, let's look at this match here. This player comes out with double 6. Let me show you what happens. See, he already passed. That is extremely ridiculous. He had the choice on turn 1 to play any tile that he wants, and he chose to play the highest double. That is a massive mistake, as you can see. He couldn't sustain another 5, even though that was the tile that he chose. He is communicating to me on turn 1 that that's supposed to be the tile that he has the most. Instead, he chose to do the opposite. And then now we're behind. So yeah, that is not the right play. All right, another scenario here about turn 1s. My teammate comes out with double 5. The player on my left comes out with 5 blank. I have 3 options here: 2 blank, 1 blank, and double blank. Whenever you have 3 of the same suit that your opponent played, you should attack that suit instead of trying to own it. What I mean is, if you double here, then you will be playing with their suit, which they just played. He played 5 blank. That means that he most likely has more blanks to back that up, unless he didn't have any more 5s. But generally, they will have at least one more 5, and then they will get to choose which one they want to play. So since they have to play the stronger suit first, it is more likely that he has more blanks, which means my teammate will be likely to not have any blanks just because of removal. All right, so let me show you this example here in which the app glitched and I ran out of time somehow. Let's see what happens when you didn't choose the right suit. App came out with 5-3. Not much I can do about it. Now my teammate is going to think that I have the 5s and the 3s. So he will keep repeating it, which will be our doom. They already have controlled the 3s and the 5s. And now I don't even know what to do here. I don't want to play the 4 because they played the 4, but I had no choice here because that's my strongest suit. I'm in a world of trouble just because of the first turn mistake. Now we're not playing at anything. Like, we're literally not. We don't have a strong suit at all. Okay, my teammate has the 6s, luckily. But still, we don't have enough coordination to win this game here. And that's me here telling him the AI came out for me. It drained my time for some reason. Just me saying sorry, basically. Alright, so that was the example of that game. Another thing here that I want to say the right play would be to play with 4-2, because I have another 2 and then I have 3 4s. So the ideal play should be whenever you have 3 of the same suit, 3 or more of the same suit, you should play with that suit, regardless if it's a double or not a double. So why 4-2 instead of 4 blank? Well, because 4-2 is higher than 4 blank. It's just simple as that. You want to come out with the highest value pieces, the highest points, so that in case of a tranque, you have less points and you're more likely to win the game. So we play here 4-2 over 4 blank because of that.
Now, as promised, the number one mistake beginners make on turn 1.
It's a habit players do out of pure reflex. The second a double becomes playable on the board, they panic and lay it down immediately just to clear it from their rack. In Spanish, we call this bad habit acostarse temprano, or going to sleep early. But here's the cardinal rule you need to memorize. Sleep too soon, hand over the room. When you rush to play a double early in the match without supporting tiles in that suit, 3 bad things happen. First, you send 0 signal to your teammate. A double shows only 1 number. You tell your partner nothing about your secondary suits. Second, loss of attack. You fail to pressure your opponent's weak suits. And third, you waste the tempo. A double doesn't change the open numbers on the ends. It leaves the same suit open. You essentially pass your turn to dictate the board, giving your opponents a free pass to control the match. And that covers just about everything you need to know on turn 1, from avoiding the trap of acostarse temprano to properly signaling your suits. But what happens when the table turns and it's time to respond? In the next video, we're breaking down turn 2, how to read the lead, counter your opponent's setup, and seize control before the hand slips away. Please subscribe, leave a comment with your biggest turn 1 mistake, and don't forget to study the board, calculate the risk, and dominate the game.